Trump just closed a massive loophole that Chinese companies were using to flood America with cheap crap. Is this the end of $5 sneakers that fall apart? Hidden in the back and forth of the U.S.-China trade war was a change Trump made to something called de minimis exemption that was allowing over $100 billion of Chinese exports into the U.S. with zero customs scrutiny. In response, the Chinese Amazon Temu.com halted all China shipments. A loophole was created by Barack Obama, and it let anything less than $800 into the U.S. without customs, documentation, or inspection. China, of course, scrutinizes every import from the U.S., intentionally dragging their feet to freeze us out. Chinese e-commerce sites like Temu and Shein use de minimis to flood America with billions of dollars, from toasters to t-shirts, undercutting American-made competitors. One major seller on Temu estimated de minimis gives them a 30% cost advantage, while a 2023 House committee said Temu and Shein account for almost one-third of all customs-free packages shipped to the U.S. The rest are care packages from mom. In total, an estimated 700 million shipments from China were coming in under de minimis. Throw in Chinese transshipments through Vietnam or Mexico, and it could be north of 100 billion. The loophole also made it a lot easier for China to send fentanyl to the U.S. Say it's worth less than 800 and customs will not take a peek. And it meant that any tariffs on China could be easily dodged by simply breaking up shipments into 800 or less. So de minimis dates from 1930, originally intended for Americans bringing small souvenirs back from abroad. But President Obama jacked it to $800, leading to a tenfold increase in shipments from China that are most definitely not souvenirs. It was actually a lot worse until 2018 when Trump closed a separate loophole where China got sweetheart postage rates funded by American taxpayers, which made it literally cheaper to ship from China than domestically. So you could make the exact same coffee maker in Ohio, and it literally cost you more to ship it in-state than it would from Shanghai. So Trump closed that by threatening to pull out of the Universal Postal Union, which is the international organization that negotiates postal rates. The move raised China's shipping costs by 164%, ending de minimis evens it up even more. So what's next? Brought to you by Unchained.com. One of Trump's priorities is getting rid of hidden subsidies that give Chinese exporters unfair advantages in the U.S. market. Scaling back de minimis is important because it effectively cancels our tariffs, as in they can still tariff us, but ours bounce off. And tariff us they do. China hits U.S. imports and everything from soybeans and corn, automobiles and farm machinery, consumer products across the board. China's non-tariff barriers effectively block all imports of poultry and beef, steel, timber, and American energy. And China forces foreign companies to share their tech with Chinese competitors to literally train those competitors in joint ventures as a condition to sell in China, at which point they then export to the U.S. On trade, China is one of the most predatory countries in the world. A lot of this was China's doing, but a lot was American politicians selling our own manufacturers and farmers down the river. Trump just knocked out a big one. Check out the new report from Unchained.com, how Bitcoin transforms corporate finance at Unchained.com/Peter. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.